Hi, and a happy new year, and welcome to my first edition of 2021 of Inspired Messages Monday. I hope it's not been too bad a Christmas for you, and that you enjoyed some time, hopefully, with people that you love. Okay, first of all, I think we're going to see lots and lots of changes in 2021. And actually, when we're looking at numerology, we're going into, or we've gone into a 5 year. So a five is about change, and the astrology backs that up. So I just took a look at it to see to see if it had any relevance, and it certainly does. So it is about adventure, it's about meeting new people, it's about freedom, it's about maybe being in a community and doing things completely different. So obviously you could be in a 5 year yourself personally, but the Earth itself, universally, we are in a 5 year for 2021. So that's quite good, but obviously we know we're in a bit of a state of flux at the moment, and I don't know who's been researching and who hasn't. So if you've been researching, you will be seeing some quite kind of maybe fearful and disturbing things, and even if you're watching the TV, which I'm not, but I am told that's quite stirring up fear. So whichever side of the fence you're on, you might be feeling that. So I want to say, please don't, it's time to calm down. We are moving into a new paradigm, and when we change from one end of a cycle to a new cycle, then there's always chaos because the old doesn't want to go. And I've said this before, you've listened to me before. So it's about staying centered and staying in your own, on your own path, and being centered and not going into fear. So having said that, the planets for January and February, it does look pretty rocky. So on January 6th, we're going to have Mars moving into Taurus, and Uranus is already in Taurus. Taurus is all about security and our money and our values, what's important to us, how we feel secure. Uranus is, will be in there for a few years. So whilst it's going through there, it is going to kind of change certain areas of how we live. Well, when Mars goes in there as well, Mars won't stay in there very long. But at one point, in fact, just looking at my notes, it's going to conjunct Uranus on the 19th and the 20th of January. So when you got Mars, which is the god of war, going in, next to Uranus, which is all about rebellion and protesting and surprises, that means that is very likely to happen around that time. And obviously we've got the US inauguration at that time. And again, if you're looking at things behind the scenes on the internet, the president or the presidency has not yet been announced. Even though the media have announced it, it's not. It's not settled. So there's likely to be disturbances around the 19th and the 20th. And Jupiter is going to square Uranus from the 15th to the 18th. So again, this is saying protests and unrest, and people say enough is enough. And so, it might even be like sudden events and surprises, or sudden revelations about certain things. And it will be to do with power issues and maybe money, because Uranus is in that sign of Taurus, which rules money. So, there's going to be quite a lot going on. It's not going to be outside your front door, but it is going to be there. And as it's in our vibration, it does make us feel unsettled. So just it's important to try and stay calm, meditate, connect to the earth energies. I know it's very cold at the moment, but that's what's important. Now also Mercury enters Aquarius, and Uranus rules Aquarius, so that's going to enter on the 8th of January, and so Mercury is about communication, and Uranus, which rules Aquarius, it's all about humanity, it's all about groups. So I think there'll be many more groups of people getting together, people who want to see a better world, a new world. And I think there'll be lots of discussions indicating changes in how we live our lives. But on the 30th, Mercury is going to go retrograde. So that's going to, be a time, I always say, I know anything to do with communication usually goes wrong, but it is a time for going inward and contemplating. So if we can do that, go in, contemplate, think about what kind of life and world that we want to live in. It might bring revelations. It might be that we suddenly see that we have been lied to, or we become awake to that. One thing is certain, that most of the month is going to be full of tension. And also on the 30th, 2 days before the full moon, which will be in Leo, that is also probably going to stir things up, because a full moon, there's always more problems. The police always have more problems, and there's always more energy, heightened energy. So just stay calm, basically, in the month of January, and I will be back to tell you more about what's happening in February, and when February comes. I think that's enough to be going on to. But the messages, which obviously involve the cards, are quite interesting. So the first card I've got is the Tower. Okay, and you can see everything falling down. So Uranus is actually connected to the Tower card, and so it's really, really apt. And so again, I think we need to be not getting too upset if we see things falling down around our, but it won't be outside your front door, but it will be probably on the world stage. So this can bring surprises. It's connected to breakdown, but also breaking through. Massive change, freedom, enlightenment, death of an illusion, an awakening and transformation. This is all to do with this card. So those things really do go, with the planetary energies that we've got as well. So take note of that. So the next card that I got was the Judgment card. So if you look at the Judgment card, there is people in their coffins, and the angel, because you can see the angel blowing the trumpet, is trying to wake these people up. And so a lot of that is going on. People are actually on courses at the moment, learning how to speak to people, because when you go and trying to wake somebody up, they immediately go on the defensive. And so there is apparently a right and a wrong way to do this. And so if anybody wants to know that, then get in touch with me and I will help you understand how to do that. And so this angel, as I say, is trying to wake these people up out of their comfort zones or their patterns or the things that they've been told all their lives. And so this is about finding a path, raising awareness. This is also a card about humanity as well. And so it is the collective. All of this is about the collective. It's about everybody, really, because we are all energy and we are all the same. So as I say, it's a transitioning, really, from the old ways into new ways of doing things, which again goes with the planetary energies. Okay, so the next card I've got is the Pope or the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, I've said this before, the Pope, it was called the Pope to appease the Catholic Church. I don't know much more than that, but it is a card of communication. And this Pope, if you like, is a counselor, and he has a direct line to heaven, and he has people that he's communicating with and he's helping. So there's going to be a lot more of that. Lots of people, when they're waking up to what's going on, are fearful. So there's lots of people around who are helping people by counseling them, and showing them that there's nothing to be frightened of, that it is, you know, we're going through a paradigm shift, and it's part of what we should be going through. So this is healing really through speech. So you could say yoga would be good, because that's healing through speech. It's listening, counselling, and it's opening the doors again to new ways of doing things. So it's a very important card, and I had 2 of these come up, so double the emphasis. Okay, so the next card I got was the Wheel of Fortune, which again is not surprising. The Wheel of Fortune is about evolution. It is about moving on, but it is also about us turning our own wheel. We can't expect other people to do it for us. We have to take responsibility, and I think that's very much what we should be doing. We can't just bury our heads in the sand, pretend things aren't happening. We all need to be speaking out. We all need to be together. We all need to be as one. We all need to be helping. We all need to be in service, really. And if you are doing that, then the doors will open, and because that's the way we're supposed to be. So this is a really, really important card. It is about change. It's actually linked to Saturn. And Saturn is about structure. So again, it's about structuring new ways, change again, evolution, cycles. It's about opportunity, destiny, progress, if you like, and new doors opening. So this is a really positive card. And you can see, you know, I just picked these cards. There's no accident, you know, they are meant to link in with the astrology, which gives me, you know, I don't know, comfort, if you like, to know that, you know, I feel that this is all right and it's all going to be okay. But we have to be strong in our centre to be able to move forward and help other people at the same time. Okay, so the last card is the Justice card, which you're probably not surprised about that one. So we are going to see justice. I think we are going to see maybe arrests, and maybe I'm not sure that we might get this the first half of the year. We might see arrests being announced, but at the moment the mainstream media are keeping things under wraps. They're not telling the truth. They're part of the problem, and so that's why you have to go and find out through alternative ways. And there's lots of people speaking out. You know, there's doctors speaking out, there are nurses speaking out, there are virologists speaking out. There are lots of people that are, you know, that are really saying how it really is, but you have to go and find that. And maybe if you're in the right place with the right people, you'll find that information. I always put links on my newsletter so that you could do your own investigation. And so I do say to people, if you want more information, then it's better to join the newsletter, because I put different things on the newsletter than what I say on this video. So it's a complete package, and you know, it's there to help. So this is about restoration of balance, you know, is the card of balance. Having a clear vision as well, which is important, not having a muddled vision, a just outcome. The number 8 actually is a powerful card, and it actually is invested in the power of the cosmos. So it's not just the card of justice. It has a much higher vibration. And lots of people are talking about common law, which is what we will be going back to. And common law is do no harm to anybody, don't commit a crime, and do unto others as you would wish to be done to yourself. Okay, and it is about you know, the Magna Carta. That's where all this comes from, and it's been hidden from us. So this card is saying that it's all going to come back, and there are many people teaching that as well. So there's lots of things to learn at the moment, and so it's not about being idle, you know, it is about educating yourself to what is actually going on so that you're ahead of the game, really. So that's my last card. I feel it's very positive. I know that there's more to come. I know that we have to stand firm. I would say meditate when you can. Put a vision in your mind of the kind of world that you want to live in. And the more people that do that, the better. When we had the winter solstice, there was people on the 21st of December, people were meditating all over the world, and the Schumann resonance changed dramatically. And so as a collective, we can alter the vibration of this planet and what's going to happen. So please keep out of the fear. You know where I am if you want to talk to me. And please join my newsletter. Just send me a message on my website, on my contact page, which is astrologysue.com. I'm on Facebook as well, Astrology Sue Fletcher. I post most days. If there's something that, you know, if there's nothing to post, then I don't, but most days I do post something about what's going on. So the affirmation I'm keeping the same because I really feel it's important, and it's about being a sovereign being. So hand on the heart every morning. Say to yourself, I am a sovereign being with a sovereign soul, standing in my own truth in what is right and just. I'll say that again. I am a sovereign being with a sovereign soul, standing in my own truth of what is right and just. And that kind of goes with that card, doesn't it? So have a great month. You know where I am if you want to talk to me. That's what I'm here for. I don't charge for that because I feel that's what I'm good at, and people do say that they feel better after talking to me. So I've got, you know, Mercury rules my chart, which is the planet of communication. So if I can help anybody, you know, please get in touch, and I will see you at the beginning of February. And so stay safe, stay calm, meditate, and stay in your own center. So bye for now. Bye bye.